Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are focusing on multiplying. We've learned the number disk strategy and we learned the area model strategy. And today I'm going to show you the standard algorithm. The standard algorithm is what they use in 5th grade on up, just that typical way that you multiply. So this is when your parents say, oh, I didn't learn that way. The standard algorithm is the way that they learned. So let's get started for today. I just want to start with the steps. So the first step is however your problems were in, you're going to set it up vertically, up and down, and make sure all of those place values are lined up. Then you're going to multiply the ones by the ones, making sure that they're lined up. The next step after that is multiplying your ones by your tens, multiplying your ones by your hundreds, and you would keep repeating those steps based on how big your number is. So if you were multiplying a number that was in the 10,000s place, you would do the ones by the ones, the ones by the tens, the ones by the hundreds, and you would keep going the ones by each place value. Okay, so I'm going to first start by showing you how to do this. So my equation is 158 times 6, and I'm solving for the value of h. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my whiteboard screen because it's a little easier. So I am solving 158 times 6 equals h. So I told you our first step was to simply line up our place value and rewrite our equation vertically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up, noticing my ones and my ones are lined up with each other. And I multiply my ones by my ones. So 8 times 6 is 48. Now, I can't fit 48 in the ones place, so I'm going to put my ones down and regroup my tens, 48. Then I multiply my ones by my tens. So I'm going to multiply my 1 by my 10. So 6 times 5 is 30. Add my regrouping, so 30 plus 4 is 34. Can't fit 34 in the tens place. So I'm going to put a 4 in the tens place and regroup that 3. My next step is to multiply my ones by my hundreds. So I'm going to multiply my ones by my hundreds. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So I'm saying for my value of h, it equals 948. We could always double check our work by using one of the other strategies that we learned, doing that area model or doing the number disks to double check. But I just wanted to show you first and foremost how to solve it. So let's look now. Oh boy. At one that we can do together. I left the steps up here. So set up first this problem we're solving for I. Let's set it up vertically. So 247 times 5. Go ahead on your whiteboard. I want you to try it, and then we'll go over it together. So pause your video, try to set it up, and then check back with me. So what you should have done, we were solving 247 times 5, and we're solving for I. So your very first step on your whiteboard was to line it up. I don't really like that. It looks like a Z. 247, and we're multiplying by 5. Notice that my 5 and my 7 are lined up because they're both in the ones place. That's why I line them up. So my first step, line them up. Second step, I'm going to multiply my ones by my ones. Go ahead, take a second and multiply those. So you should have gotten 35. So you put your 5 because we can't fit 35 in there, and you regroup your 3. Next step is our ones by our tens. So we're going to do our ones by our tens. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. Can't fit 23 in the tens place. So I put my 3 and I regroup that 2. Next, I do my ones by my hundreds. So I'm doing 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. I can't fit 12 in the hundreds place. So I'm going to put my 2 in the hundreds place, and I'm going to regroup that 1 to the thousands place. Now notice I have nothing in the thousands place, just that number I regrouped. So I'm going to put a 0 there to represent there's nothing there. If you see, I put that 1 small on top because it's a regrouping. Now I can multiply my ones by my thousands. 5 times 0 is 0, plus my regroup is 1. So my value of I, is 1,235. This is using that standard algorithm, and I got a product of 1,235. Let's do a few more so we can just make sure we're all mastering it. Oh, I just showed you how I did it. Sorry. Let's do another one. Actually, I want you to try this one all by yourself. So I'll leave the steps up there so you can try it. 351 times 4. And then check back with me to see that you did your answer correctly. 351 times 4. We're solving for t. So hopefully you paused your video, and when you solved this, you got an answer of 1,404, multiplying your ones by your ones by your tens, your ones by your hundreds. Over here I had nothing, so I just had that regrouping to bring down. We're going to practice this for the next few days, so I don't want you to panic if you're like, oh my gosh, so many steps and so much to do. I do want to show you one in a word problem, so let's go for a word problem here. Jay wants to make 5 airplane propellers. He needs 38 centimeters of wood for each propeller. How many centimeters of wood will he use? Again, I like to always use my tape diagrams. Really, we're doing 38 5 times. So we're going to multiply them. Go for it, solve this, and then check back with me. So you had one propeller was 38 centimeters. I don't know why it's not letting me draw. Maybe it's on the whiteboard. 38 was 1. So we would do this 5 times, 38 and 38 and 38 and 35 times, right? So what we're solving for is, 38 times 5. Notice that my ones place are lined up with my ones place. I'm going to do my ones by my ones. 8 times 5 is 40, so I put my 0 in the ones place, and I regroup my 4. I do my ones times my tens. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4 is 19. I can't fit 19 in the tens place, so I write my 9, and I regroup my 1. Notice that I regroup my 1, and it's smaller. And then we do our 0 to fill in nothing. And we multiply our ones by our hundreds. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So Jay is going to need 190 centimeters of wood to make his propeller. 190 centimeters, okay? Today's exit ticket is a little different than normal. I'm giving you the option. There are 3 questions you can choose to solve. You can solve 134 times 4, 224 times 3, 251 times 3. And you can choose which one you want. You can solve for M, A, or T. And then if you're up for a challenge, I did a superstar question. Now you can definitely try the superstar question. I love that. But you have to do one of these 3 first. So once you solve one of these 3, then you can do the superstar. We're going to do the same thing we did on Tuesday, where you'll take a picture of your work on your whiteboard, and then you'll submit it to Schoology under the assignment portion. Remember, you're not just doing the superstar question. You have to do one of the 3 questions. Can you do more? than just one of these normal questions? Of course. But you can't do the superstar question unless you've done one of these. Okay? Thanks for learning all about the standard algorithm today, and good luck on your exit ticket.